Shabbat Shalom. Thank you very much, Cantor Vera, for inviting me, and thank you, all of you, for being here today as we commemorate Yom HaSho'ah, Holocaust Remembrance Day. I prefer to call it, Wikipedia tells me we can call it, Holocaust and Heroism Remembrance Day, and I prefer that term. I prefer the term for people like myself who didn't learn much about the Holocaust in school, and I'm still most certainly not an expert on it today. I know that all of you know more about it than I do. I prefer the term Holocaust and Heroism Remembrance Day because I never learned about the heroes of the Holocaust. A long time ago, but long after I left school, I used to play chess with a member of your community by the name of Joseph or Joe Goldman. Joe passed away in 2005, and maybe some of you recall him. I once saw him at an event at the Polish National Home. And I said, "Hi, Joe, how are you doing? And glad to see you here." And he said to me, "I come every year, at my first year being there, to honor the Polish Catholic family that sheltered me in the Holocaust and saved me from certain death." I read about some recently read about some other heroes in an article in the New York Times called "The Nazi Fighting Woman of the Jewish Resistance." It's a story that I never heard in school, but it was an incredible story. A woman like Hannah Sanesh, a young World War II native of Hungary, who left her native Hungary in 1939 to escape anti-Semitism, and she was safe living in what was then called Palestine. But she returned to Europe to fight against the Nazis and became a paratrooper. She lost her life in the struggle, but certainly an incredible hero. Now, I never learned that hero with a history of so many other heroes of the resistance, Jewish heroes of the Holocaust and the resistance. And I tell you this story, not because you don't know it, because I know that all of you know more about the Holocaust than I will ever know. But I tell you the story in the hopes, frankly, that there's someone out there listening who's as uneducated as I was and who will learn from this. In Holocaust Remembrance Day, it's important for us to remember that the underlying cause of the Holocaust, the mother of the Holocaust, was anti-Semitism. Now, it would be nice to think of Holocaust, anti-Semitism, as something that we read about in the history books and something that surely doesn't exist today. It would be nice, but unfortunately, it would not be the truth. The truth is that the Anti-Defamation League reported in 2020 that in 2019 we had the largest number of incidents, anti-Semitic incidents in the United States in 40 years, over 2,000 incidents, including some in Massachusetts, fortunately none in Haverhill. Now, 2,000 incidents doesn't make us Nazi Germany, but it's important to remember that Nazi Germany wasn't always Nazi Germany. Things have to start somewhere, and it's important for us to stop them when they start or before they start. The city of Haverhill that I love and have been proud to represent for a few years now is and always has been a place where people of all nationalities, races, and faiths are welcome. Haverhill has always been a place where people can come, as my grandparents did, to seek a better life for their children and their grandchildren. Haverhill has always been a place where everyone is welcome. But there is not now, nor has there ever been, nor will there ever be, a place in Haverhill for hate. There is no place in Haverhill for even a single anti-Semitic incident. There is no place in Haverhill for racism or bigotry or hatred. So I stand here tonight, I am here tonight with all of you to say that we stand with you. I stand with you for as long as we can, as long as I can. I will be there with you, hopefully in person next year, to say again next year as I did this year, there is no place for hate in Haverhill. Thank you very much again for inviting me. Shabbat Shalom.